All right, so let me start by talking about life. All right, what is life? Life is everything you have right now. That is your life. It is what you have in the present moment. It is what you can see. It's what you can touch. It's what you can feel. It's what you experience, right? That is your life. Now, if you spend your entire existence wishing for something in the future, wishing things were different in the past, wishing to have a different experience, wishing to be a different person, you are wasting your existence. You are wasting your life. And while you're wasting your life, you're failing to see what you have currently. Gratitude is a superpower because it opens your eyes so you can see the blessings that are abundant in your presence right now. You can make something beautiful out of very little. And oftentimes, the most creative pieces we've ever seen, the most creative works to ever exist, came out of people making much with the little they had. Pizza was a peasant's dish, right? And there are many iterations of this across history where the thing that was restricted and small and menial ended up becoming the thing that broke records, ended up becoming the thing that people fell in love with, ended up becoming the thing that saved lives, right? The little you have is life itself. Your life is unique and special in some way. I know every time people complain, the common rebuttal to that is, well, there's starving kids in Africa. Someone's always got it worse. And we shrug and like, I'm tired of hearing that. But is that not true though? There's some truth to that. Gratitude allows you to put things into perspective. What is it in my current situation that I can't afford to be grateful for? Things are terrible, okay? You have two choices. You can look down or you can look up, right? You can look down or you can look up. What are some things in my life that I can be grateful for? What are some things that I have that I've failed to take advantage of that are gifts, right? What can I do that the next person can't, right? What can I provide that the next person can't provide for themselves? Gratitude. Think about all the genius inventions we've had as a people. If people spent all their time focusing on what was wrong in the past and not instead on what could be with what they had, nothing genius would ever be created. Innovation would be dead, right? At the center of innovation is an appreciation for what is present so that it can be employed for what could be. That is the power of gratitude. What do you have in your life right now that you could employ to make your life better? What tools and skills do you have that you can provide for other people? What can you see in your surroundings that is beautiful, true and beautiful? You know, like you might live in a rural state. You're like, man, there's nothing to do here. It's always boring. But guess what? You got the trees, man. Someone else in LA is thinking, man, I never get the chance to see nature. It's always concrete and mortar and brick and all that. You always have the opportunity, you always have a chance to experience life at its fullest. But people fail to see it because they are ungrateful. You must be grateful to make something of the little you have. The first step is gratitude. You know, you can't do anything with what you have unless you begin to appreciate it, right? Someone will never cook a meal if they never appreciate the pot's utility for that end, right? Eggs just look like oval things until you find out that those eggs can make an omelet, right? It can make a sandwich. Those eggs go into cake, right? They're so dynamic. Use your creativity and you begin to appreciate things. Then you can actually make use of them. You begin to feel gratitude for the things that you have around you in your current situation, in your current surroundings. And then you begin to employ them creatively, productively, right? I don't think productively is a word, but in a productive manner. You see what I'm saying? Gratitude is everything. If you see everything in your life as a void, right? As in you're lacking something. This is a representation of what could have been but is not. Then you will live a miserable life. And it's not, the goal isn't to persuade yourself or to brainwash yourself. The goal is to actually see what is in front of you. Do you understand that the gift of life in itself is a massive gift, regardless of what pain you're going through? Right? I'm getting a bit passionate here, but regardless of what pain you're going through, regardless of what your experience is, the fact that you have life is a gift in itself. And until you begin to look at it like that, you will you will lose opportunity, you will overlook gifts, and you will lose talents. Gratitude is the name of the game, brother. You have one life. Do not spend half of it wishing it was something else. Instead, spend your life employing every bit of what you have today. Who are the people around you who love you, who would love to see you go far, who have a vested interest in your success that you're ignoring? Who are the people you need to talk to? What are the relationships that have been thrown in your path that you've overlooked and stepped over? And you've pretended like they're not. Well, it's not that person, so I don't need to pay it as much attention. What are the things you have in your life that could provide value that you don't look at simply because it's not what you have envisioned? Simply because it's not what you're told to value, right? Let me tell you, man, creativity is next door neighbors to gratitude, right? It goes hand in hand with gratitude. I don't know if I'm getting my point across. I hope I am. Gratitude is one of the single most important things a human being can possess, right? Life is dull without gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. You live in a country, maybe you're impoverished. At least you're not at war, right? You're at war. At least you're not dead. You know, a different perspective sometimes is all we need to have a shift in our mood, a shift in our experience, right? Gratitude. If you travel to any third world country, you realize that people have it far worse than you do. Far worse, right? And it's not to make a comparison of people's pains, but it is to put things into perspective and see how you can contribute, how you can make use of your life, how you can make things better, right? You can either look up or you can look down. Two options. There is no linear. It's up or down, one or the other, right? And gratitude is one of the biggest plights a man can have in his life, because you'll never appreciate anything. You'll never be satisfied for anything. You'll never have joy. You might be happy, but you'll never have joy. Gratitude is the name of the game. Be grateful for what you have. Employ what you have gainfully. See things for what they are. You don't need to brainwash yourself. This is a tree, for God's sake. Right? Do you see that? It's beautiful. It's green. I don't need to brainwash myself into appreciating it. I just need to see it. Open my eyes. It is in front of you. Everything you need is here. It is here. Gratefulness is a superpower. I didn't mean to come on here and rant, but I just had this strong urge to talk about this today. Be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful. Thank you for watching. My name is Corbin. Hope to see you in the next video. Hit the subscribe button, like button. You know, we're doing that. You'll see more updates from me. Peace. Thank you for watching.